top 10 projects of 2020. It's here. Now you may be wondering, oh, Kel, it's nearly the end of January 2021. Why do we have to wait so long? And that's because obviously I was doing very meticulous research to ensure this was the best it could possibly be. And obviously I was generating budget as well for the insane production value. So here we are, top 10 projects of 2020. I've made you wait enough, let's not start anymore. Number 10, we've got Fuck Love by The Kid Laroi. Now, this is an album. It's got a weird anime cover, and I don't really like it that much. You know, it's kind of average. But it does have Not Fair featuring Corbin, and I'll take a Corbin feature whenever I can, all the time. Just more yummy. More Corbin features, please. And you know, that song's probably one of my favourite of the year. But the rest of the album's kind of like, you know, average at best. Tell Me Why and Maybe, they're okay. I could listen to them, but I wouldn't quite put them in a top 10 standard usually. But Not Fair brings this album all the way up to, you know, 10. At the bottom of the list, but on the list nonetheless. Number 9, Rainbow Bridge 2 by Cemetery. Same sort of thing. I listened to this a lot, sort of when it came out in the spring. And, you know, it was cool. It's certainly an acquired taste. It's not quite for everyone, but it's decent. And I liked it. Skeleton's Funeral, We Don't Dial 911. Those are my top 3 songs on there. But, you know, overall, you know, fairly solid. I don't know if it's my favourite. I probably like Rainbow Bridge 1 a little more. But, you know, they're both pretty close to each other, I'd reckon. Here we got number 8, How I'm Feeling Now, Charlie XCX. You know, kind of a classic. Kind of a classic one. I really like the production in this album. A lot of A.G. Cook, a lot of Dylan Brady in there. It's pretty decent. Claws, Pink Diamond, and Finally Understand being my top 3 of the album, and it's just kind of, you know, it's just kind of nice. It was just kind of a vibey piece for the summer, as most of these probably were. And, you know, not bad. Moving on to number 7, we got Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, Deluxe by Pop Smoke. And I haven't got too much to say about this because I'm white and I'm wearing a turtleneck. But, you know, I liked it. It was a good album. It's got some good songs on it, kind of hard. So, you know, solid placement in my top 10 for the year. Moving on to number 6, we have Miss Anthropocene Deluxe by Grimes. Really started at the start of the year, and she was, you know, before she was making weird babies, she was making good music, and I did like this album. I didn't like it at first. When I first heard it, you know, it was kind of an acquired taste. I didn't like it when I first got recommended to me. I didn't like it, but, you know, it grew on me quite a lot, and now it's a solid 6 in my top 10 of the year. So, You'll Miss Me When I'm Not Around, 4 AM and New Gods being my top 3 of this album. Here we have number 5, Stars by Young Lean. I didn't think I liked this album much when it came out, but upon like reflection, thinking back, it was obviously kind of a slower year for music, I think, but it was good. This album rated higher than I thought it was going to at the start, because as I listened through it again, I was like, yeah, this is kind of a jam. Yeah, this is kind of a jam. Yeah, you know, this one's not bad. You know, I thought there were a lot of songs on there I didn't really like, but listening back through it, they were good. So, Obviously, you just needed time to grow on me. Boy Life in EU and Pikachu, they was singles, and then Yayo coming in third for my top songs off that. And then here we got number 4, we got 1000 Gex and the Trio Flues by 100 Gex. This is the remix album, obviously, a lot of good remixes on here. Hand Crash by a Mallet remix. If you had told me 4 years ago that Fall Out Boy and Craig Owens would have a song together, you know, my mind probably would have exploded. But now if you tell me it's a 100 Gex song, then, you know, that's just kind of like, it's just funny. I think that's just funny. But yeah, Hand Crash by a Mallet remix, Fall Out Boy, Craig Owens, Nicole Dillinger, and number 1, my favourite song off this album. Then I Will Never Step For You, the Hannah Diamond and Tommy Cash remix, and then Toothless coming in at third. On third place, we have 333 by Blade. This was another one where I thought when it first came out, I didn't like that many songs off it, but you know, as I listened to it more and more, I managed to realise that I did like quite a lot of the songs on there. Valerie being my favourite, Don't Worry and Only One being second and third. I like the slower, softer songs off this one, which is what most of them are anyway, so they did kind of grow on me a bit. I really like the cover art for this album because every time you look at it, I feel you just notice something different because there's so much going on. I'm sitting looking at it now and I've seen things I haven't even seen before, despite how many times I've looked at this album cover. I really like that. It's really cool actually. Moving on to number 2, we've got No Future by Eden. This is an album that I thought would have been lower on the list until I really thought about it, and then I listened back through it, and I realised how much I did in fact like it. So that's coming in a solid second now. At the start of the year, I was lucky enough to see Eden on the No Future tour. That was a really good experience. I met up with some friends there, and that was nice. It really helped solidify this album in my mind with a lot of memories and a lot of vibes, and it was good. It was a good time. Number 1, Projector, Untitled as number 2, and then Love, Death and Distraction coming in at number 3. Projector and Untitled both being singles. I found that when most of these albums released, I liked the singles that came first a lot more than like the other songs on the album. I'm not sure if that's just because they were better in my opinion, or just the more time I had to listen to them, but I found that was an ongoing trend almost. But here we are, No Future at number 2, and now it's another Blade one on at number 1. And if you know me well, or know me at all, this is not really a surprise that Exeter Blade is number 1 on my top 10 projects of 2020. This obviously came out in the middle of the spring, coming into the summer, and it really just set the tone for my entire summer, I think. I really enjoyed it. It's a bit of a short one, the shorter tape compared to 333, but Love Story, Every Moment Special, and Imaginary, really great songs. They really did set the tone for my entire sort of summer, and then they're really nice. You know, it's just nice. It's a nice album. It's kind of soft. It's kind of sweet. It's a different tone to what we were usually used to beforehand, even though we were kind of easing into that sort of thing. But I think it definitely deserves my number 1 spot as my favourite album of the year. And then we do have it, the 2020 top 10 projects, curated by me. This obviously is a subjective fact. You're not allowed to disagree with it all. These are just set in stone. But if you do feel, you know, there are a couple of mistakes on this list, go tell me in the comments. And I'll read them. I'll read them. But other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here through my top 2020 and my regular upload schedule. I know I've been really good on that one. And, hopefully 2021 is going to be a lot busier place for me. It's going to be a lot busier place for this channel. And I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. It did take me about a month to make this video, obviously, as we said at the start. Not due to the fact that I put a lot of, time into it, but just the fact that I delayed it so much for no reason. Just get back into the swing of it, and it's gonna be good. So leave a like, subscribe, all that good shit, and I'll see you whenever the next one comes out. 6 months or something, maybe. Who knows?